Unreveals happen again. Let's get Daredevil down. We're gonna not Green Goblin the center. I'm gonna say that out loud to myself so I don't mess it up. Ooh, them getting my gore is really scary. Do you think there's something about Snap that leads to more tuners as opposed to brewers in your opinion? Honestly, I think it's the lack of tournaments in part. Ladder systems heavily discourage innovation because innovating in a card game requires that you be willing to lose while playing that card game. Oh, if I Doc Ock them, it guaranteed pulls the gore. In a ladder system, you would rather play a 52% win rate deck for 100 games rather than find a 54% win rate deck that required you to lose a bunch of games first. As like the TLDR to make up some numbers, for lack of a better whatever. That's rude. They got Acid Arrow and we did not. Oh right, my demons are worse too. The sandbar is super rude. Oh, Daredevil lets me know if I can Viper to lock them here on the peak, which is great. I might Boomer Snap this Daredevil if we can lock him on the right. Yeah, Daredevil means they're playing Titania out is really terrible for them. They got Acid Arrow twice. What a gamer. I think I still snap them. Let me just like win the game by playing these 3 out next turn. Viper not being random anymore is so good. I think we put Pim, Demon Center, and Grapple left and call it a day. Because then they would need, we'd be gaining 10 here up to 13. They're at a virtual 7. So they would need 7 here while putting 5 here across 3 cards, which seems unlikely. How big is Gore? Gore is huge, but yeah, it only wins 1 lane and we're winning all 3. So that's just not a play for them. The hub means this brick's a draw on me, but is that okay? It's probably not. I think I'm gonna armor. They might be a Mr. Negative deck, yeah. Well, that works out nicely. I think we magic here. It's close though. It gives them an extra boom bot, obviously. Oh, they have Jeff and Rocket. We even saw Jeff from the Iron Lad could move. So this was bad because they had Iron Lad. I don't think we had any sequences here other than leaving. Does a tournament lead to more optimized decks? All forms of play where people care about winning leads to deck optimization. However, tournaments offer a reward to the player for innovating a new deck, whereas ladders do not offer a reward for a player innovating a new deck. If you innovate a new deck that's really good and lets you crack the metagame open, you can spike and win a tournament. If you innovate a new deck that's really good and you start playing it on the ladder, you're going to play it for maybe a dozen games, and then everyone else is going to have your deck and you're going to be playing mirror matches. So you don't get to the top of the ladder with your sweet brew before other people get to have access to it. You get to play a handful of things, and so one of the other grinders is going to see it and they're like, oh, this is sweet, I'm going to try this too. Okay, so now they can't play into here. Oh my god, I just have so many freaking options. I probably just shouldn't snap. I'm just gonna not snap with this deck anymore because it's so obvious. We're just gonna not snap and fill their boards up. It's just this is not the type of deck you can make content with if you're going to be snapping with it. We'll win plenty of games and probably be slightly down on cubes at the end because I'm not going to snap, but I just want to watch the games play out and clog people's boards up. Someone on the Nazi app is asserting that the Bullseye deck isn't more popular because it got hard countered at the start of the season by tech cards. Can someone help me understand what tech cards hard counter the Bullseye deck? Because it seems like it spreads power in a lot of different ways. I guess Lady Deathstrike gave us kind of a hard time, maybe? It doesn't seem like the type of deck Mobius hurts it. Okay, Mobius turns Swarm off.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
No, I don't think Shadow King's that good against. I mean, I think there's ways to interact with it, but none of the ways that interact with it are like, okay, now you lose the game on the spot. Does that make sense? Like, it feels to me like a deck that I would want to play because even when you get hit by the tech card, you still like play a real game. You should snap here or last turn, by the way. Just so we're clear. I'm just not snapping because I don't want my opponents to constantly leave. They're just super dead, right? Just like lose the center by infinite. That's a reason I would buy. I would buy that people don't have access to Frigga in their collection is the reason why the deck doesn't see more play. Frigga is definitely not replaceable in it. And she's a card I bet a lot of people skipped on. It does have a lot of not replaceable specific Series 4-5 cards. Is a good take. Yeah, someone commented about sad they didn't do the season pass earlier, but like we just started playing Snap on Friday, and like obviously I've played a lot of Snap since Friday, but we're already level 35. And the fourth week hasn't happened yet, right? Like I would bet there's another 10 levels or so at least inside of. Can anybody count? How many levels does the fourth week usually have in terms of experience? Is it double digits? A lot of our hits here are good. Titania's like the only full brick. Spectrum stuff. Let's go ahead and get rid of Westview here. Their Cosmo getting used up early seems good for the home team. Maybe I'm supposed to dock the center? Nah, if Green Goblin came out, I'd be pretty sad. Don't want to put goblins into Mana Web if we can avoid it. Between all the sections, the last chapter usually hits over 10,000. Yeah, it was my anecdotal. Because they get progressively more experience in each chapter, right? To like basically make it so you can come in late and clear all of them and still get through the pass. Because they want to encourage people who are playing to get to 50. I don't know much about Snap, but I do know that Goblin ain't green. It is really weird to me that they did a bunch of Red Goblin variants instead of making Red Goblin its own character. All right, why did we move the shield here? What do we got going on? It's like Professor or something? Claw? Ironically. Oh, this isn't enough to win here on its own, yeah? And they could move Green Goblin out of here with Madam Web is the problem. Yeah, we just have to go.
Escaped.
Spectrum would be very bad for us. Our play 4 cost cards. Mission done. It's potentially fun. Although notable that it's pretty bad with our goblins. Man. Interesting. What do we think of basic arrow on Carmartage? It yanks into the center, and then we debris. I think I'm into it. I think I'm into it. Can I set this up last turn? Flip it and ship it. I think it was a total of 16 there, and they're only gonna have one more slot. That's actually pretty bad for us, yeah? Because it means that they're only gonna have one. That's a funny interaction. They're only gonna have one slot taken up here, and I'm only gonna have 13. Oh, they're a Killmonger deck. You're right, they are, aren't they? I think it's this. The gore just gets kind of gutted by Killmonger as well, though, is the problem, yeah? I could do this, so that way if they Killmonger the hood... Okay, yeah, I lied. I'm gonna do this, actually. So that way if they Killmonger me, they take the hood off the board, and I keep it extra on reveal for gore. They have priority, and right now they're bringing back a copy of Titania. So if they Fenris Wolf here, we pull Titania back. My goodness. I win by flipping it. This is what I get for listening to Twitch chat. Lady Deathstrike is definitely one in their output range. The fact that that game is as close as it was, despite losing our what's it called randomly. If this would have had a second rock and this would have had a second point, we would have been winning here. Does our list run Warhead? Sometimes, question mark. Definitely in their potential output range. Well, 3 free Clog pieces. Sounds lovely for us. So our line to win the middle involves Cannonball on Monster, yeah?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
This is like sad, but not the end of the world. It going center actually would have been worse for us, yeah? Is it what it meant I couldn't Cannonball here? Ooh, Viper's a fun draw. We also have Hobgoblin in case they play something for the center. Arrow. Arrow is pulling Titania to the right. Oh, she's pulling Goblin. Does this win the game? It locks them left and right, yeah? It leaves them at 8 here, and it leaves them at 8. It leaves them 8 on both sides. Viper left. Stegron could move something to the right and get them slightly more points on the left. But yeah. Thanks, bud. He's such an evil little devil. Such an evil little devil. Wilson's unironically pretty good against us. Guess we'll start filling up the Grand Central here. How many original cards have never had edit? If I'm not wrong, Daredevil is one, right? You are wrong. Daredevil is a 2/2. By staying for 4 cubes. Scary. I can't retreat if they snap me, so this is I have to leave. We need to win the 50-50 on the Doombot. We need the Doombot to go left. Alright, we're beating Spectrum, yeah? So we can snap them. Spectrum plus a Doombot. Doombot puts them to 1 more here. Spectrum puts them to 4 more here. Doombot. With this, we're just winning by a lot over here, yeah? It's gonna be really embarrassing if we lose, but I'm pretty sure we're good. The Doombot can refill the left. Oh, it does, doesn't it? But it's less points, yeah? Are we still good? Alright, I don't know that I deserve that, because I didn't count it, but if we count it, we deserve it. This is a boomer snap in the sense that volcanoes go boom. Accurate. Yeah, shout out to the Doombot nerf. Letting us win that by a point. Never doubted us for a second, Gibbers. Never doubted us for a second. Just say you counted it really quick in your head. It's the power play. And that's again, like, you know, that's the Scream deck everyone's been saying is the best deck. It's like not a bad deck by any means, but I feel like all the games I play into it are like pretty close and competitive, right? Well, I guess that was the 2099 version. There's a couple different Scream decks. I just fill the board up, yeah. I'll put as much junk in the trunk as possible.
This land can never be fully known.
You should snap this turn. I'm not going to snap because I don't want my opponent to leave. I want to play the game. Round and round, Captain Shield goes where it stops. Only Antoman knows. So this shield is simultaneously in all 3 locations here, so they could brick our Viper no matter where we do it. The stolen Super Scroll could be stonks, yeah. It's currently copying Dazzler and Ant-Man.
Assemble.
It's a shame I don't have Daredevil, so I can't Hobgoblin them. So the shield can move here is the problem, chat. The shield is simultaneously left and right. Schrodinger's shield, yeah, exactly. So Cannonball is -8 for them in the center. It's -7 for them. No, it's minus... It would replace this 8 with a 1. It's -7, so they go to 14, and this takes me to 15. But that also makes my Super Scroll 3 smaller. Is noteworthy. The shield's really tough for Clog to play around. Think we Cannonball or Gore on the left? I think it's just Cannonball left. And this is just, again, right? Like, there's not a single card in this deck that released in the last 2 months while I wasn't playing Marvel Snap. And it's just, like, super reasonable and competitive. All right, we're not done with this one. We've only played it for a little bit. We need to take a brief pause for the cause and let some adverts roll. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tapping the like button on the live stream. We're up to almost 400 likes. We can probably get there before we're done today. Appreciate the 365 people that have pressed the button already. Hey, Swiftman, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate the primer. And Final Hour, thank you for the 14. Good afternoon. It's good to be back at it. We're gonna pedal for the last minute of this ad break, and then we're gonna stand up. Cardio minutes, chat. The longest minutes known to man. This deck's also pretty budget friendly. Yeah, for sure. What, Gore and Kate are the only Series 5 cards you really need? You could definitely budget Cannonball. Is Kate Series 4? No, Kate's 5, yeah. The Gwenpool Sasquatch Mysterio deck is actually the worst deck I've played this season, unironically, not my dance. We played like 5 or 6 games with it Saturday, I think. And threw it in the trash can. Yeah, Gore, you could, this unironically is probably the only high series card that you absolutely have to have for this deck, and she's just a generically good card to pick up anyways. I would be very surprised if the card releasing tomorrow is a real card. Maybe I'll be surprised, but consider me skeptical. They can draw their cards, they just won't have space on their board to play them out. Playing Hawkeye this turn would mean I lock myself out of playing Magic, but that's probably fine. That's probably fine. You played with Rework Adam yet? Yeah, we played a couple of decks with Reworked Adam on the first day. Seems fine. Can they win the game? I think even if they still had Hella, they couldn't win the game, yeah? Like, obviously not having Hella means they're probably fully cooked, wholly and fully, but... Drew a bunch of extra cards with Adam. Has 3 extra energy for White Hot Room. Absolutely does not matter. This gives them -7 here. Down to 9, and I go up to 14. I need to put Demon here in case Titania gets pulled. I should have played Demon, maybe? It really doesn't matter. Wait, they stayed? Oh. Okay. Okay. We didn't think I could beat 16 on the left. We didn't think I could beat 16 on the left.
Victory.
Cannonball! 17 with that. That's true. Technically, it was 17 with Adam. Yes, Magneto, we were talking about cards that have never been adjusted in Snap. Magneto is a card that's never been adjusted. Has his release text box still. The biggest Snap channel today. Yeah, we're usually one of the biggest ones in the space when we're making Snap content. Dara and Dexter float a little bit above me when they collude while drops are going on, but outside of that, we're usually towards the top. I was wondering if there's a line where we debris the left. I'm actually not sure. We're definitely supposed to have snapped at some point. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, chat, if this is wrong, I have no desire to be right. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Dee 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 dee. They're running the rope down, so I'm gonna press the button.
Victory.
Why are we here? Because you're mad? Like I mentioned earlier, this will probably be one of the best win rate decks we've played, but the cube rate's gonna be real low because I'm both not snapping, and even when you're snapping appropriately, the cube rate is not good. And we're 7-3 in games played this afternoon with this. Just call me Brittany, baby, because we are toxic. The rank number is so low and our self-worth is so high. It's true, you know. I was honestly genuinely shocked at how high my rank was when we got back to Infinite. It seems wild to me that I didn't play for 2 months and I came in with 8,100 snap points still. All right. Do they have Kill Daddy Thirstmonger? How angry is Daddy? I mean, he's definitely in their deck. So, on the right, they're going to gain 8, 12, up to 15. Cannonball kicks one of them out. So, Cannonball's winning me the right. The question is, does Gore win me the left? I think most of the time he does, yeah? Radio Protector, thanks for the over 2 years. Welcome back. Loogie, thank you for the 13 months. Appreciate it. Oh, Red Guardian. Red Guardian gets score as well. Are we about to lose all of the cubes we've made today to a single tech card, chat? Sounds like it. Wouldn't be Marvel Snap without having it happen at least once. So, we didn't lose to one tech card, but we lost to two. It's just how it be. And then unironically, the cube count's so low with this deck, that is almost all of the cubes we've made today with this deck. Deck's goal is not to amass cubes, it's to cause psychological suffering. That's true. It's very good at that. We hold Gore for 6. I can't Cannonball on 5 is the problem. So I'd have to have a different way to win the right. I suppose there's a chance in that last game that I could have gored the left or gored the right and then cannonballed the left. I didn't count if Cannonball could win the left. There's a chance Cannonball was winning the left, which that played around Rogue and Red Guardian. Cannonball Titania probably won the left. Yeah, probably. If you go back and count it, if that's the case, that's the line we should have taken. Snapping into my Daredevil? Oh, you have an Atuba. Wait, no, which build of Iron Patriot Captain America mush they were playing? Good, it's a good snap. Yeah, there's like 6 different decks these 3 cards represent, so not really much we can do there. God, how incredibly dead would they be to Shang-Chi? Just the most. Just dead. Yeah, I don't think we have any lines here, unfortunately. What if they play around Shang center and only put one 10 power thing? This beats a single 10 power thing in the center. But it loses to them not playing around Shang. They just put their Scar there as well. Oh, they're a Cosmo deck, sure. How do they have the energy for that? Oh, it's Zabu. Got it. Cannonball only hits a singular card. You absolutely should not cut Daredevil from this deck. Daredevil is very, very good. You should go back and watch all of the games we played today if you think you want to cut Daredevil. The Scar deck is secretly just a Cosmo plus Juggernaut deck because those are the cards that win the game. Yeah, that tracks. It's a good Iron Patriot deck too, right? Like a big part of why they had a free one there is because Iron Patriot made their 10 power thing free. Deck gaming. Hopefully they're not the bounce version. Ooh, they must be the bounce build, right? Otherwise they'd... Wouldn't they want to put this here so that we move with the Bifrost? They forget about the Bifrost. This was a good draw to get to fill this up. Narrator. It in fact was not a particularly good draw. Oh, I need one more point for the center. The Tanya only tiebreakers. Damn, we'd have probably got there too. Oh, they're also a Heimdall deck. Yeah, always did. We need a copy of Magic or a Debris earlier. Tuesday. Oh, it's Monday, gamer. Nice piece of art. Spider people have a lot of good pieces of art. Snapped a little late there. we just played against? I think it is. So it'll definitely be a game where we want to put Magic onto the board. We'll have Debris and Hobgoblin, both with precision next turn, thanks to Daredevil. Oh yeah, that's true. Them getting Argor. Well, them having Argor is worth noting for potential bomb to be played on the last turn. Be a big boy in both directions. How funny would it be if Cannonball kills the 1-power Dracula? You know, it's funny. I'm not even 100% sure we have a line to win this game. But I guess their Dracula is going to be super high variance no matter how they slice it. We have 2 turns to figure it out. We're probably a favorite there, but it's not immediately obvious what exactly we need to be doing to win. I'm gonna regret showcasing this deck later this week, aren't I? I also figured I need to get my Clog out of the system though, because all the Clog cards are appropriately banned in Sanctum Sanctorum mode. What is this? Anybody had a black screen like this on the PC client? Definitely hasn't happened since we've been back. Weird. We'll relaunch, I suppose. To all the regulars stopping back in for the first. This has been a minute since we played Snap. Welcome. We're going to be doing a little bit of Snap basically every day this week. You can find daily deck uploads on the Jeff Hoagland YouTube channel for the best decks I'm playing. We've been playing a ton of both new stuff that released while I was gone, but also revisiting some of these older favorites like Clog and Darkhawk Bounce that don't have any new cards in them, seeing how they hold up. And Marvel Snap's careful game balance has been really satisfying. There's a handful of these every older deck we've played so far, I was like, I liked this 2 months ago. Is it still good? The answer has been like, yeah, still feels playable and reasonable, even, you know, collection level 90,000, top 500 infinite, etc. Hey Dilla, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. This current metagame feeling good really hammers home in my mind something I talked about before, which is I think the absolute best metagames that Marvel Snap has are the ones where you don't feel compelled to play Shang-Chi. Like, Shang-Chi is like a fine, serviceable card in this metagame, but he's not like a, oh, I play Shang-Chi or I lose, right? There's a good range of playable tech cards, essentially. I'm doing this. The current round of drops go until 2 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, so you still have time to finish them even if you're just getting started. All right, didn't get Cosmoed out of the right, so that's nice. Worth noting here that Rocket and Groot can move around. So they are not locked in the center, which is relevant. Oh, this is the Killmonger Surfer player from earlier. Good shout. Good shout. Well, that's the full lock. I suppose we could pull their Killmonger into play here. That'll do, pig. That'll do. They might not respect the cannonball.
Victory.
What brought us back to Sapping? It's been 2 months since we played. Pokemon Pockets got new cards releasing on Fridays. So we're kind of at a low point in their release cycle, so looking for something else to poke at and figured we'd give it a try. And it was fun on Friday, so we decided to do some more. I will say, as someone who is spoiled and fortunate enough to have been able to collect every card while I was on break, it is genuinely exciting to have a bunch of new Marvel Snap cards all at once. It kind of hammers home in my mind that I'm at least for my own personal enjoyment, I'm correct that I think I would enjoy Snap more if they did bigger card releases instead of, you know, the slow trickle that we currently do. Yeah, basically built my own booster packs with the 2-month break. It's a great way to think about it. Super rewarded for playing to the right. Well, I guess it's possible that they could be going somewhere else. Next turn we do this. Winning that 50-50 is very good for us, obviously. This being +1, so I can't play Titania with it's a little bit sad, but it is what it is. The shield is everywhere and nowhere. The 1 per week cycle makes balancing the metagame more manageable. I actually think I disagree with that. I think having more times your metagame changes means it's more likely to break you. Okay, so Spectrum gives them +6 in the middle, up to 18. So this beats Spectrum on the left. Kicks her over to the right. Oh, sorry, kicks Mobius. We're still good, yeah. Yep.
Knowledge is power.
Cannonball! I'm not really super interested in discussing possible alternative release cycles. I think there's lots of different ways they could implement it, and there's ups and downs to all of them. 100% think if Pocket does not make trading more generous, they are going to have new player acquisition problems for playing the game very similar to Snap. I think trading is set up to be a potential release mechanic for them. It's very, very possible for it to do a good job of that. The devil is in the details with the trading system for sure. All right, they have all of the energy. How much of it? All of it. Our hope here is that a mixture of goblins and debris can kind of deny them the ability to use that energy efficiently. 100% Pocket will have set rotation eventually, but I expect it'll have a 2-year set rotation similar to how Paper Pokemon has a 2-year set rotation. So it's still a lot of cards. There's so many ways we can play this turn out. I think it's this. I think it's this. And then I have Cannonball, Titania, Demon next turn. Sleep Hunting the left here. Yeah, one make or break point. I expect a lot of the Pokemon Pocket community will be pretty insufferable in terms of discourse if the set releases on Friday and you can't trade Space Time Smackdown. That one feels like it could go either way. They might hold all of A2 until the first A3 packs, and I think there will be a lot of rightful complaining, but also it's going to be very endless and grading very quickly if they don't let folks trade right away. Hey, Wilco, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. Gosh. I just can't fathom. This person took the rope and ran it all the way down to Viper my Hobgoblin back to me. Like, hitting the nuts is one thing, but like, when you hit it, why do we need to run the game? The card games change. But the card gamers taking the maximum allotted amount of time to make the easy, obvious play remains eternally the same. Oh, did I have Alliance missions done? No, too many red dots. My other small concern with Pocket in the short term is I think there's a real chance that our upcoming booster pack doesn't really address Executor being S tier. And if that's the case, if my fear is accurate, it'll mean that the tournament metagame for that game is going to be real bad for a long while.
Opponent snapped.
Snapping me. I'ma stay. I genuinely don't know if we're supposed to. They're also a magic deck. I almost thought, wait, am I supposed to Green Goblin here? But if I Green Goblin here, if I Green Goblin here, it could end center, which would be bad for me. Oh, yeah, you're right. I think it is a beer, actually. Kate is weird in Clog. Not at all. Kate's very good in Clog. Oh, I have priority. It's a little awkward. Yeah. Yeah, having priority sucks. Are we cooked? I think we're cooked. That was the best draw on our deck, I think. That one followed by Cannonball. Alright, well I was gonna say we're dead to their Cannonball, but I guess they don't have it. What a silly beer. All right, my tracker here says we went 12-7 with this deck and netted 3 cubes from our 60% win rate, which tracks. We punted an 8 cuber. We should have retreated at one point. But while certainly not a high cube equity deck, this deck is definitely still very good. It's pretty budget friendly too. Kate Bishop is the only must-have Series 5 card. I'm pretty confident these two are optimal here, but if you needed to replace them with like Shang-Chi, excuse me, and then like Magneto or Red Hulk, a different big 6, I think you'll still win plenty of games with those substitutions. But Kate's pretty unique in what she does. She gives you points of power. She's another pretty efficient Clog card that works with a few of your things. But this core is definitely plenty nasty if you want to rock it. We